Hey team, it's Kit, and it is our Monday night Zoom call. And since tonight, I seem that maybe everybody is pretty busy or have other things going on. I thought I would record some tips or some things tonight for all of you, and I'm hoping after I record this that I can figure out how to send it to you. I had a wonderful opportunity today to listen to a John Maxwell call. I'm participating in something called 30 Days of Intentional Living from John Maxwell. And because I'm participating in that, I got to listen to a live call with him today. And there were some great questions and answers after the end of the call too. But the topic of the call was, how do I motivate and inspire others? And I was so interested in listening to this because as Team Beachbody coaches, there's a couple things that go on with us. Of course, we want to motivate and inspire others to look to us to change their life when it comes to health and fitness. But as we build a team, we also want to motivate and inspire others on our team to really want to take charge with this and run with this. And he talked about 4 questions that he asks himself when it comes to motivating, inspire others. And I thought I would briefly share those with you and give you an opportunity to think about those questions for yourself and how you approach those questions when inspiring others to choose you, to make changes with their health and inspire others on your team. So the first thing he asks is, what do I want them to see? And he talks a lot. One of the things I wrote down was that leaders, he said that no one carries a bigger load than the leader. So no one carries a bigger load than you. No one is more personally invested in you. No one works harder than you. No one cares more than you. So that's, of course, what people want to see. And I think sometimes when we say that as a leader, we should be very visual and we should be a role model, we think we have to have this perfect body. We think we have to be in absolute great shape. But the reality is that people are inspired and they want to see others that they want to aspire to be. And it's not necessarily about being in the perfect shape. It's about being a good person. It's about striving to be the best possible you. And whether that's in your approach in your life, whether that's your faith, whether that's your ethics, whether that's how you practice, whether that's how you communicate, whether that's how you show you care, those are very visual things that if people see that, they will want to follow you. And he also says, don't wait for inspiration to happen. If people want to see someone who's inspired, show up every day with a consistent expectation that you're going to have a new thought or a new idea, he said. Anticipation is the key to inspiration. And he says that, this was so key. People buy into the person first before they buy into the vision. So, there are a lot of coaches out there. There's a lot of us on social media. And there's a lot of people that don't choose me because they're not inspired by me for any reason. They just don't connect with me. And there's plenty of people who connect with my colleagues. And that's a good thing. I want people to connect with me because they feel some kind of connection. Something that I say or do resonates with them. So the first question is, what do I want them to see? And leadership is visible. And it's important to be a good example. The second question he talked about is, what do I want them to feel? And first and foremost, he says, people need to feel valued. So I've heard this all the time. As you know, I do a lot of leadership and coaching training in the business world. And over I've heard the phrase that people don't remember what you did, they don't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. And he always talks about the story where his father was walking across a campus, and as a young boy, he was walking alongside his father, and his father took forever to walk through this campus because as he walked through the crowd, he took the time to compliment, to ask people about their family, to engage in conversation and really connect with people. So he always talks about leaders walking very slowly through the crowd and adding value to other people every day. If you want people to follow you, your example, and choose P90X or Insanity or 21-day fix and come to you for that solution, or if you want people to join your team, it's really important that you take the time to, make other people an important part of your day, to love other people and to add value to people. The third question was, what do I want them to know? So he talks about the fact that leadership is central to other people's success. And what I wrote down was, he said, you have to be a dealer in hope. And it's so true, right? I think many of us get to a certain point in their fitness where we've reached a goal, we've lost 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. And even the people that know us really well, that have known us for years, forget when we were heavy, forget when we were out of shape, forget when we were unhappy. And it's important that we show folks that there is hope for them, that that you were there, that you struggled, that you continue to struggle. It's so important for people to see our flaws and to see our struggles. And he says that great leaders know things and will get better because they will do things and make them better. So we are all faced, as we all know, we all faced with challenge. We're all faced with difficulties. But it's our emotional response, how we deal with that in the moment, that shows people that we're inspirational and that they might want to follow us. Do we go crazy in traffic? Do we complain? And are we rant and rave on Facebook and Twitter? Personally, that kind of stuff turns me off, and that's not somebody who I want to follow or I want to be like. I'm always looking for those inspirational quotes from other people. I'm always looking for, people who are trying to improve themselves and better themselves. I'm always looking at people who show their flaws and show that they're not perfect. Those are the people that I want to follow. So what is it that you want people to know? And then the fourth question is, what do I want them to do? And John says, I want them to make a difference. And I think we are in the same kind of business, right? We want to help people find their purpose. We want people to look in the mirror and say that they're better off because of what they learned from us, or what they saw in us, or what they tried to model because of us. I think leaders, people are people, and this is something that I still struggle with, quite honestly. They are about something bigger than themselves and truly bigger than all of us. Those are real leaders. When you think of people who come to mind that you view as a leader, whether it's a political leader or a social leader or a famous entrepreneur, that's who they are. They want to truly make a difference. So the big question, of course, always comes down to, how can you add value to others? You will inspire others. You will help others. You'll motivate others, and people will want to follow you, want to be part of your team when you truly do that, when you show how you can add value and be an example of how to make a difference. So keep those 4 questions in mind. I'm going to review them again. The first question is, what do I want them to see? Leadership is visible. I want them to see me as a good example, as a person who is in themselves inspired. What do I want them to feel? Remember that, people don't always remember what you do or what you say, but they will certainly remember how you make them feel. So what are some things that you can do to make people feel really good about themselves, to believe in themselves? The third question, what do I want them to know? So is there something of value that you've learned that you can share? Is there, as I said, show your cracks, show your flaws, because that shows that you're a real person. And then finally, what do you want them to do? You want to help people find their purpose. You want them to feel valued, and you want them to believe in themselves. So I hope this was helpful. Think about some of the things, the actions that you can take in the coming weeks in terms of how you communicate with people, when you have conversations, what you decide to post on social media. how you decide to respond, to comments, or maybe refrain from responding to comments in social media, to make sure that you're asking those questions, answering those questions in the best way that you can. All right, I hope that helps. Have a great week, everybody, and keep up the great work. Bye-bye.